Hello, I'm Jay Barino, and welcome back. We're playing the Swarm's Control. We're on the third mission. We're on hard difficulty. The last mission, while it said it was hard, definitely, relative to the base game, was much harder than that, as I expect when I play this custom stuff. That's why we never play the absolute hardest difficulty. Never! Okay, let's get started. This is created by Battle.net user Puny, or at least uploaded by Battle.net user Puny. I don't know if there's more people involved in this or not. If they're in the comments, then they can extrapolate. First two missions, we escaped from a UED lab and were a random broodmother. With the UED staging base destroyed, all of the UED forces fell back to their primary bases. Rethara now moves to finish her task and eliminate them. Destroying UED bases will reduce the number of attacks they send. Dialogue will not appear. Yes, we know that. So, it just feels like the enemy is named the UED just because people go like, oh, the UED, how interesting. But they're like, whether it was the UED or not, at least so far, doesn't matter at all. So, and there's also really not any dialogue in this. So, I'm not so sure, again, if it really matters that they're the UED besides the novelty of the faction at this point. Also, from what I could tell so far, there's nothing unique about them being a UED faction. They're just like a typical StarCraft 2 Terran faction. Let's go. Right into it again with no introduction. We have roaches this time, then they have the adaptive plating. No, I think that's just rapid regeneration. Rethara is quite good, though. When ready, I should move out and eliminate the Terran bases. Of course. I would love it if I could maybe find... That's a lot of SCVs. A lot of bases. Fleet base, mech base, infantry base. So not only do we have to move out, but we're going to have to... defend ourselves. These Terran outposts hold some experiments. If I have time, I'll destroy them. Let's maybe centralize the defense a little bit. Can I make queens? I can't. No. Revive Rethara. Okay. I was really hopeful there for a moment. We definitely need more hatcheries. At least two more, I'd say, if we want to... We'll probably build like a full army and get moving. Let's go ahead and saturate these geysers quickly, too. I would love it if I could find another patch of resources or something. Bring those juicy SCVs to me, too. Okay, cool. Let's get that Hydra Den also. I hope our Hydras still have Frenzy. It's interesting how we're given 2 creep tumors to start, but then we have no means of reproducing them. I don't know how I feel about that. We're not in like a super rush per se. I mean, the attacks will be, I'm sure, huge compared to the, if we look at the last mission, for example. Okay, we got some side bases here. Let's go ahead and bring our units over here. Side bases are excellent. Unlocks Ravagers. Ravagers, I think against the AI, that's actually a really good reward. And then what's this one give? Evolves your roaches and unlocks Ravagers. Okay. Okay, let's get back to base. Honestly, stacking defensive structures doesn't seem half bad. And giving ourselves some early warning against the enemy attacks is going to be really, really good, too. The sooner that we can take both of these side bases, the better, I'd say, based on last mission. Let's head over this way. Clump up. Ooh, that's good. Okay, let's just bring my whole army over here. We're tanking with her, and then we move in. And we need double Evo chambers.
Our forces are under attack.
I just hope I don't get unlucky and have one of these tumors die when they're building. because that would be a big bummer. There it is. Rusting Saliva and Durable Carapace. Interesting that the names of those were changed. I think just Roach Hydra is going to be the way to go, because we don't have Banelings, so I don't really think Zerglings are going to be particularly great in the grand scheme here. I almost think maybe we have to wait for the enemy to attack us before we spread... I mean, I'm not following my own advice, but like we should wait for them to attack us first. Okay, cool. And then let's focus on getting these saturated. And it looks like we're stuck at +1 again. But the sooner we can get that stuff, the better. Yeah, see, we can see them right outside their bases here. Okay, that was a little dicey. But I think that's as close as we can get. On the plus side, this gives us great vision on when they're going to attack us. From where and when they will attack us. We could... now, we could bottle them up. Or... we just make a ton of drones. I would say, yeah, you know what? Let's get all these bases saturated and just try to get this map, like, sort of on the path of getting mined out straight up. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, Roach Hydra with the upgrades that we have, it's going to be... I mean, not easy, but that's gonna make a big difference. I do think that getting rid of...
we require more minerals.
One of these bases quick will make a huge difference. But again, the issue is we need to make sure we stay defended at home as well. So it's almost tempting to go for the air base first because we know that we can go pure spine crawlers versus mech and infantry. Not being able to quick save makes me a little scared. We'll get those building right away.
We require more minerals.
But yeah, in the grand scheme, just getting all upgrades first, and then just like making a whole army. It's anytime it feels like there's some time pressure on you, depending on how... I mean, I'm sort of evaluating this as not being like massive time pressure. Depending on how you recognize how much time pressure is on you, it's definitely worth just getting teched up and getting like a near full army before you really do anything else. Because there's not enough pressure to justify me trying to move out and try to do this yet. I'm not sure if this is an attack or what.
We require more minerals.
So like, I'm also a little nervous to leave my base to get started here, you know? And I also don't know if the enemy will try to bypass my other bases to attack me.
We require...
Okay. Now, what I'm leaning towards is coming down here. Again, because they haven't attacked me for a while. The other thing is making a bunch of drones so that we can spam up static defense like this. So that should keep me alive long enough to like spam some units out where necessary. And I think, again, roaches versus the infantry should be pretty good. And that's just going to kill a ton of stuff. And all that's left is mostly medics. Okay, so, like, naturally, they started attacking me at the moment that I moved out. Let's leave these units here. Okay, looks like we got some bully triggers going on here. This is why I set this stuff up, for this exact purpose.
Our forces are under attack.
And now we need to saturate these geysers. Okay, now obviously I'm concerned about the mech base attacking me. We're already sort of inside the infantry base. And this is just it's so many structures to build from. If you give the enemy this amount of production structures, it's it can be a little scary. I think we're okay for now.
Our forces are under attack.
And I think we're in. Wait a minute, what? Acid Saliva 26 versus mechanical units? I just assumed that was versus light units. Interesting, because I was going to say, you know, this upgrade typically has a different name, so, like, why would it have... Why is it called something different now? And that's because it works, it's different against different units. Okay, that's one base down. Versus the air base, we're going to have to go mostly Hydras.
Our forces are under attack.
Ghost Academy? It's possible they would have started nuking us, so it's probably best we took care of that when we did. Mech base next. Depending on how many Hellbets they have, it might actually be okay to go Zerglings to help us out here. We're getting near maxed out, and let's come on down here and take this base. The fact that we've already taken one full base out, and potentially the base that would have hit us with the largest amount of attacks, I think is pretty big. And then what we can also do is just spam more spores for when the air attacks start hitting us from the other direction. Now, what I'm not sure about, again, is if this base... Sure. That is a lot of Hellbats, and there's like several tanks in here that are just funneling us into this choke point. You hate to see it, but you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. This is an actual nightmare? Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to hold this position until we can get more units ready to go. Because I don't want them reinforcing this. Are my overlords fast? No, they're slow, unfortunately, and I can't upgrade them. Yeah, the bully triggers here are going to be rough. We got to get on top of this tank somehow. Can maybe hit it just on the edge there. There we go. Okay, so now we can sort of hold this position here. Actually, we're in the base, so we should be good. I'm going to start transitioning into Hydralisks with knowing that that'll help clean this base up, but also being able to get into the air base here soon enough. Every little bit that we can, you know, get rid of in terms of their production is really important, because they have these all have tech labs too. I really can't stress. I mean, I think it's more impactful maybe in Warcraft 3 and the original StarCraft, but keep in mind, you know, how much of an impact giving the AI this many production structures actually, like what that actually does. It's very significant, the impact that has. I'm the least concerned about the airbase unless they have something like shockwave missile batteries, because our Hydralisks are, with Auto Frenzy, is actually really, really, really powerful. Like, incredibly powerful. I would not want to play this on brutal difficulty, though. I mean, that, I can tell you straight away, would just be awful. Alright. Honestly, Zerglings might not be that bad of an idea either, because they could just get in there and destroy structures relatively fast. We're not even close to mined out. This is, you know, this is a great, it's a great start slash middle slash, you know, potentially end of this this mission, I should say. I think this has gone really, really well. Battle cruisers do not scare me. Unless they just casually have ground units, which it does not look like they do. And they are not irradiating me, I don't think. So, yeah. We're all good. We're going to make Zerglings to follow up, because they'll be able to kill these structures very fast. I wonder if it's possible to supply block them. Because you could last mission, I think. But I don't know if that was just, like, the idea of the map, or if, like, you legitimately could. But yeah, anything air that doesn't have some splash damage versus ground is going to be bested by these Hydralisks for sure. Very, very strong. So in theory, we could end this if we just focus down the planetary. A cinematic. It is done. All of the Terran bases have been destroyed. We've been overrun. This is our final chance. Serve the Directorate. Serve humanity. All other priorities are secondary to victory. It'd be funny if 4 Marines killed her now. Deploying neurostims. Ooh! There's some... What is this? I've got them. Here's where them, you know, it being the UED comes into play, I suppose. So now our broodmother's been taken captive. Yeah, let's play the next one. We can play multiple per mission. I'm trying to get into a different idea of recording, which is focusing more on overall time in the sense that, like, if we're short, we play extra missions, but if it's going long, we don't hesitate to, you know, split the single map into multiple videos. So let's go to Swarms Control. Hey, look at the title. I'm understanding the title a little bit more. I'm seeing how the title's coming into play even more. It's because, like, but who's really controlling the swarm? Now it might be the UED. How exciting. Let's go to hard difficulty. We have 2 AIs on our team. Don't speak to me about changing these builds. It's a use map settings map. What is this one called? Repurification. Okay. After the UED captured Rethara, they began rebuilding so they would be ready to leave Chowsara. However, a Protoss fleet attracted by the Zerg's activity on the planet warped onto the system with the intent of repurifying the planet. The UED ordered the Zerg to defend against the majority of the Protoss aggression while the UED prepare their forces so they can break through the Protoss defenses and leave without the threat of being pursued. Use Mutalisks to quickly reinforce your allies. Who doesn't like some good Mutalisks? As long as they don't have, like, a ton of Phoenix or High Templar, then we can get crazy with, like, almost exclusively Mutalisk. We can do, like, a Muta-Zergling combination. I would love it if we could start making some Banelings. Against the AI, Banelings are extremely overpowered because the AI really doesn't know how to handle them. We're back again. Defend until the UED forces are ready. Both command centers must survive. Okay. Let me tell you, the first thing we're going to do is just come right down here. And we're going to take this base. Where are my beginning creep colonies? Let's go. That's too many. Okay. Okay, that's already cleared out. The UED sort of has defenses of their own, but again, I really have no idea how many Protoss there will be and how difficult it will be to hold out against them. Wait, can I summon Aberration? Let's go. That's pretty cool. Yes, I'm throwing money away. I understand this. This down here is great. Okay, keep making drones. Get that set up. And I think the idea is you make a lot of Mutalisks in order to defend your ally quickly. We gotta back up. This is what I get for moving out maybe a little too early. Scans are picking up an unknown Protoss structure nearby. We should try to destroy it. Is it going to be the Nexus that I was just attacking? No, it's something else. I'm loving the summon aberration spell. That's actually awesome. Okay, and then let's prepare to just start making a bunch of mutas. I mean, we can do it now, actually. But destroying that, I don't want to say it seems important. It might not be, but we could take that as an extra base, I suppose. So let's head on down there, and then we're just going to have to keep rotating up and around. Also, destroying that evolves your Mutalisks. Okay, that seems very important, so we're probably going to want to do that pretty quick. Yeah, this is just like a sneaky base. There you go. Okay, you guys take care of that. I'll send her back. Spread our random creep tumors. Huh. Got him. And then we'll get this saturated pretty fast. And I'm going to get another... That is so many scouts. Yeah, that's the button I was looking for.
Our forces are under attack. Mutation complete.
Okay. And we're just going to go, yeah, Overlords, I think, for the most part here. Overlords and then Mutas. Keep spreading creep. Hopefully that... I hope my allies can still build on the creep, because that could screw this up completely. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I may have to destroy that tumor right there. I'm going to. Let's destroy this. It's not worth risking. Keep taking care of this. That's another base that we get for free. Killed my own tumor, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. In the anticipation of the map not necessarily working how it may have been intended. But, you know, I can't be sure. I'm just, you know, just guessing. I might be wrong. I'm still going to get a Hydra Den because Hydra's very strong. Get away from that. Aberration, please. Okay, and then we also know that there are scouts that will randomly fly into. So let's overbuild some drones and then get all of this saturated. We can also come down and take this. Not sure if that'll lure enemies to us or not, and I don't know if that cannon can hit them either, but regardless, it's fine. We're just going to make a big flock of mutas, and we'll go and try and snipe the primary productions, the optional, so that our Mutalisks can get rapid regen or whatever the heck else they're going to be able to have. They are building some bunkers on the high ground. I like the... I mean, you probably know I like the idea of allies that build up defenses like this and they sort of branch out. Very cool stuff. Okay, just got to be on the lookout for those wacky scout attacks. Okay, the extra gas from here is going to be really nice. Probably want to come down here and clear this out pretty fast. Destroy the... It just says... we're really just defending the UED here, first and foremost. There's an okay fungal. That could have been better. Detecting a large Protoss fleet inbound. We're going to need some help. Okay.
We require more Vespine gas.
They're coming in from the top. They got a lot of turrets set up, so I think they're, you know, they're okay for now. And we need, we need this gas saturated ASAP because mutas are just very gas heavy. Oh yeah, they can heal me. Okay, let's get up here. Mutas are going to win against Void Rays. Unless there's a bunch of carriers also in the back. Okay, I think we're good.
The hive cluster is under attack.
annoys me, unfortunately. Okay, we can't do anything about that yet.
Under attack.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to burrow you here so that we can rebuild this later. Let's get back down here.
We require more. Our allies are in combat.
And again, I want to stress, the objective is just to hold out until the UED is ready.
Cluster is under attack. Our forces are under attack. Mutation complete.
Okay. This is fine. I think this is fine. Again, not being able to tap into that extra gas income hurts. And the giant goofy air attacks are unfortunate. Let's get down here and help. Cool. Destroying the large unknown Protoss structure. I'd love to do it. Let's just make Zerglings for now. And again, just burrow here so that we can remake this. We have a very powerful hero, but not that powerful against this. Oh, did she? Why did she fully heal? What just happened? Did anyone else see that? Why did that happen? Okay. More overlords because we're looking good in terms of getting maxed. Flyer Carapace. These guys really need to work on whatever it is they're doing. Protoss are 0-0, so we can get an upgrade advantage on them too. Okay, that should help. And I think a lot of Zerglings actually are going to be pretty darn effective against the Protoss here. This side up here is fine. This side down here, less so. Give me the free aberration, please. Man, I wish I could quick save, you know? Okay, if this is the anti-armor Mutalisk thing, I would love that. Oh, she's probably dead here. Oh, maybe not. We're good. Our Mutalisks have evolved. We got to get back to base. UD4. Oh, I just realized there's a timer up in the upper right. 10.5 minutes.
Our forces are under attack.
Okay, let's get down there. What can you do? Vicious Glaive. They bounce extra times, and they get rapid regen. So they'll survive a little bit longer, which is pretty huge. Building any static defense matters not at all when the attacks are this size. Again, it's sort of silly to think about this as being considered like the hard difficulty and not the brutal difficulty, you know? So let's head over here and start clearing this out.
We require more Vespine gas. Mutation complete.
I don't know if the attacks are built from here, but clearing this out will let me take this bottom right base.
Mutation complete.
Oh my gosh. That's so many zealots. Just take care of this, then we can go back to the middle. There we go. Now head back. Oh my gosh. Detecting a large... Is this not the large Protoss fleet? I don't understand.
We require more. Our
Okay, at the very least, we can engage this with our allies. Reviving her costs money. This base down here has been honestly worthless the whole time. All I wanted was to take that bottom right base this whole time. I think we'll live, but it's going to be really close. We got to take this. And we got to take this. And then we have to get our lady back because she's the only thing that can defend us against the billions and billions of zealots that it's... Oh my god, and then Archons too. We have no counter really to Archons. Magic box, maybe? Oh god, UED, help me. I'm gonna have to restart. I can always... Oh, I can replay from replay. That would be fine, too. Yes, run.
The hive cluster is under attack.
Flee! We try. We keep trying. We keep trying. Pull them into our allies, I guess. Hydra's probably the better choice now that I think about it. Oh my god, is this base done? Is the dream real? Okay, go back to base. 6 minutes. I don't know why, but it feels like mutas are garbage here, actually. Oh, thank you so much, medic. Hydras will get melted by Archon Zealot, though. Hydras are very good against Zealots, don't get me wrong. I think this is more I'm thinking more about the Storm. Okay, fungal growth. Getting very, very heavy map maker syndrome vibes from this. If you're unfamiliar with what that means, it means that the map maker plays this and thinks that it's easy because they made it and they know exactly whenever, you know, all the attacks happen, etc., etc. For the rest of us, that's not how it works. I'm really just constrained by production at this point, so let's just build stuff. I still think, you know, Zergling Hydra is not a bad choice, but we really just need to get... Zergling Hydra Muta, I should say, is a good choice, but we really just need to get saturated and rebuilt here. I think the UED can hold out there themselves. They seem to be okay. I honestly just need to survive myself at this point. Can I make lurkers? No, no lurkers. We just need to survive the very large air attack waves. So yeah, let's focus on Hydras for now, and... Okay, here they come again. Nope! Okay, keep backing up this way. Get her back out. We're supposed to be protecting the UED, but in reality, they're just protecting us. And then I think there's supposed to be a large enemy air attack next. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Please. Just hang on a little bit longer. Saturate this gas. If we can somehow hold it out for just a tiny bit longer by drawing them into our allies. The other thing I would also recommend is if you're going to use the like, you know, you call it brutal, what you should probably do is try to balance it to match expectations from those names. If not, then just call your difficulty level something else. Like easy, normal, hard is fine, but if you make your max level brutal, then you're setting an expectation with players that it's going to match the brutal... Oh my god. It's going to match the brutal difficulty of... This is just absurd. It's gonna match the brutal difficulty of the main game. This obviously does not. This is just sort of meme-y at this point, but that's okay. As long as the UED command centers survive, right? "39 seconds.
Our drones are under attack. Behind us is under attack.
21 seconds. I have a base in the bottom right.
Our forces are under attack.
Never forget, I have a base in the bottom right. The dream is real. Our forces are ready. Now let's go kill these Protoss and then we can leave the planet. Well, you know what? You go and do that and let me know how it goes, dude. Can you handle this? Everything's slow motion. Maybe it'll just end, please. Yes! Oh, I was afraid we'd actually have to kill them. Okay, well, that's enough for today. Maybe, you know, not just the map maker here, but all you viewers, maybe you learned a little something about understanding how to, you know, approach difficulty in maps. And, I'm not saying that this one was, like, wildly off, but, like, you gotta think about maybe how the player will approach something. To be fair, I did sort of win on my first play, through. I don't know. I think maybe I just have to... All I have to do is maybe reset my expectations going forward, because there's just sort of silly. That doesn't mean that it's, like, terrible, but it's just sort of silly, and that can be fun. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.